6 of Vlogmas. It is December 6th and it is now just before 7 a.m. I woke up this morning and made my hot lemon water. I added some honey today because, as you can probably hear, I still have a pretty sore throat. And I decided that I was going to finish my stick season jacket today, so I quickly worked the last 3 decreases and I'm now working on the ribbing. I've got about halfway through the ribbing and then I will bind off and I will block it and it'll be done, and I'm really excited. I have a few cast on plans for today. I would love to cast on for my Secret Santa project. I would love to cast on the sock set that I opened up yesterday. And I'm thinking about casting on the Road Sweater by Ozetta, which has been in my plans for a while. And I've had the yarn sitting by my winder for a while, but I wanted to get some whips off my needles, and I have gotten so many off of the needles lately, so I may treat myself to that as well. I also am realizing that I don't have any baby sweaters on the needles right now, and I feel like that's something that I should basically always have on the needles, because I'm in a time in my life where there are a lot of people in my life having babies or who have recently had babies. So I am going to cake up yarn to make another mini Sweezin sweater. This one will be for a friend of mine. Her baby turns 1 in February. So we'll do a lot of yarn caking and cast on a few projects today. I probably won't cast on all of that, but we'll at least get the yarn caked up so that things are ready. I am supposed to be going to a Christmas tree lighting tonight. I was really looking forward to it. It's me and my group of friends. I clearly am still sick, and one of my friends has a 1-year-old baby, and I don't think it's worth risking it, even though it's an outdoor thing. So I think that I will be staying in and getting a lot of knitting done today. I am supposed to work tomorrow and Sunday. Today's Friday, so we will see how I feel tonight. But hopefully I can work as normal. So yeah, I am going to finish up this sleeve this morning, and then I will check in and we will open day 4 of the Woolberry Fiber Co. Calm and Cozy Advent Box. But let's finish the sleeve.
In terms of the size, but I do like to just make sure my recipient really knows how to take care of a hand knit item. The last thing you want to do is ruin something special like that.
I finished, as you will have seen, I finished sleeve 2 and bound off, and the whole pattern is done now. So as a reminder, this is the Stick Season Jacket by Rebecca Clow of the Creabea. It is a pattern that I am testing. The test closes on December 11th, and I'm not sure if she intends to release it end of December or in the new year, but I will definitely let you guys know. I did the all over texture version. I'm finding stitch markers everywhere. I did the all over texture version and the V-neck. I don't think I'm gonna add pockets, but I do have a lot of extra yarn. I think I'm gonna block it and then see how I feel. I was here in my last podcast episode, so I have since finished this sleeve, knitted the button band, and finished the second sleeve. So this will get a nice blocking today, and I'm excited to have it off of the needles. This is the last deadlined knit that I had on the needles. So I am excited to just be able to knit whatever I want for the rest of the year. I will definitely be doing less test knits in the new year, and I'll be a lot more selective of when I do them, especially as my next quarter of grad school starts in January. Let's open the next day of the Woolberry Fiber Co. Advent. So I showed you yesterday I have that project in this cute basket, and we are on day 4. So let's open it up. I'm thinking, I'm gonna guess it's like a darker brown. I'm trying not to look before we can all see it together. I was right. So pretty. This colorway is called Homemade Cocoa. As a reminder, this is the Calm and Cozy Advent from Woolberry Fiber Co. I got 12 50-gram minis, and I am making the Sweet Shot blanket by Laura Penrose. This is the blanket so far. I've been doing like 2 squares per day, basically, holding the day double and then holding. So like this is day 1 and then day 1 and 2, day 2, day 2 and 3, day 3. So I will hold day 3. Oh, this is day 4. Day 3 and 4 together for the next square, which will be really nice. And then I'll hold 4 double. And then that should be the width of the blanket. I'm super pumped. I am going to cake up a bunch of yarn right now, including this guy. And we'll get a lot of knitting done today. And we'll block the stick season jacket. So let's get winding. Okay, I just went stash diving. I'm also going to cake up the Christmas Day sock set from Explorer Knits, and I think I'm gonna knit these Hibernal socks by Summer Lee. They're like a cabled, I've been wanting to knit them forever. Hi Zoe. They've been on my queue for so long, so I think that this would work well. And then this is a yarn by Hello Stella. It's her worsted weight. This is years old. I don't even know if I'll be able to tell you what year it's from, but this is when she used to do acid dyes. This was pretty early on, probably like 4 or 5 years ago, maybe even longer. But this is called Lavender Latte, and I had originally bought this set to make a cardigan for myself, but these are not colors that I will wear. So I am going to make mini season sweaters with this for my friend's 2 daughters. The youngest turns 1 in February, and then the older one turns 3 in June. So I thought it'd be really fun to use up this yarn and make them matching sweaters. And then I spent a lot of time yesterday, as I shared, trying to figure out what to do about my heirloom quilt cardigan. That is my plan for my Explorer Knits Winter Solstice box skeins. But the 2 colorways that I've opened so far just aren't high enough contrast to be worked together in a quilt square. This is what they look like. They're so gorgeous. So I tried to work this as the main color. This is the star color yesterday, and you just like really couldn't see the star. So I was kind of playing with the idea of opening all of the skeins and seeing what the rest of them look like and maybe changing my game plan. But instead I have stash dive. So I have been wanting to make this pattern for a while, and I actually ordered some skeins from Erin at Coast to Coast Yarn Co. for this cardigan, and I ended up not loving all of the colors together. I ordered, actually all of these are from her Fantasy Coffee Shop collection, I believe, which was actually last year's Advent, and I got her Advent and made a granny square blanket. Well, I made granny squares. I still have to sew them together, but I'm planning on putting them together and gifting them to someone very near and dear to my heart who just found out she's pregnant. So I'm really excited about that. Anyways, so I ordered some more yarn from that because it was some really good like creamy neutrals. So I think that I'm gonna use these skeins as the like accents for the yarn from the calendar. I hope that makes sense. So this one is called The Usual. So it's creamy. It's got like, there you go. It's got like brown and like kind of purpley yellow specks in it. So I think this is gonna match really well with the variegated that I already opened, as well as actually the tonal, because there are lots of purples in there. And then this is a cream. This one's called Pigeon Milk. just like a nice standard cream. I got all of these in their non-superwash natural soft base. And then I have 2 skeins of each of these, so these will probably be part of the main colors. So this color is one of my favorite colors ever. It's called Kappa. It's just a very like light tan creamy color. Gorgeous. And then I have 2 of these, which is Midnight Crescent. Oop. So I'm thinking I can use these main colors maybe in a few squares just to tie everything together, but mostly as like sleeves and ribbing. I think I like the mismatched sleeves, so I'll do one sleeve in Kappa, one sleeve in Midnight Crescent, and then I'll kind of see what the vibe of the cardigan is for the button band. I might do mismatched ribbing, like sleeve body ribbing, sleeve body ribbing, but we'll see what happens when it knits up. So that's my plan. So I am going to cake up a whole bunch of yarn right now. I'm going to work on my Advent Sweet Shop blanket first and then see what feels right to cast on. Should I also cake up yarn for my road sweater, or is that too much? That might be too much. We'll see what happens. Okay, good afternoon. It's 1:20. You will have seen that I blocked my stick season jackets, and then I had a surprise drop off from my friend. She dropped me off a little care package with chicken noodle soup and the ingredients to make our favorite tea and a new book, which I'm excited to dig into. I am not currently reading a book. I am in a book club, and the book for December is The God of the Woods. I ordered it, but it's not here yet, so I'm kind of in this like tandem, what do I want to read? And I think I'll read this real quick and then the book club book. I love when stickers come off that easily. So this is called Blood Over Bright Haven by M.L. Wang. I'm not really sure what it's about, but I do have it as want to read in my Goodreads, so I'm excited to get into this. It looks like it's fantasy just based on the map in the front. And then I started my heirloom quilt cardigan. So I started with the first variegated skein from the Explore Knits and Fibers Solstice box, which as a reminder is this really pretty brown. And I'm holding it, or the contrast color is Pigeon Milk from Coast to Coast Yarn Co. And stranded color work, I mean flat color work, is not something I've ever done before. So I watched many videos and trial and error, but I think that it's looking really good so far. This is not even halfway through the first the first square, and I tried to learn how to do intarsia, but it was just leaving gaps or like really thick ridges in between each color, and I did not like that at all. So I am just catching my floats, which is what I'm comfortable with, and I think it looks really good. So this is that first square. I have been like on and off. Oh, I'm not gonna start it. I'm not gonna start it. Oh, I am gonna start it. I'm not gonna start it. And I got inspired and decided to start it just now. So I'm hoping to finish the first square later today after my little lunch break here. And something that I'm doing is without giving too much away, I have this graph paper notebook. So I copied the chart from the pattern into my graph paper so that I don't have to look at it on my phone and like zoom in on my phone and things like that. I was able to write like the number for each color block. So like, for example, in the middle, I'm like, oh, I need 11 stitches of purple, 4 stitches of white. So that makes it really easy for me when I'm knitting, so that I don't have to put down my needles and count 1, 2, 3, like all the way up to 16, pick up my needles, and you get the gist. So I really like to do that. It helps me a lot with color work knitting. And then I actually also knitted a square in my sweet shop. So yeah, this is days 3 and 4 held together. So we are officially 6 squares wide, which is probably wide enough. But if I end on an even number, then all of the like tonals are gonna match up and all of the like marled are gonna match up, and I don't want it to be like that. So I'm gonna do one more and then it'll be like mix matched. But I am loving the way that this looks so far. And I'm hoping to do the day 4 held double later tonight. And if not, then maybe tomorrow. We will see what happens. But yeah, things are moving along here. I have not casted on anything new quite yet, but maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll cast on some socks. I'm kind of still actually torn about a pattern. I was gonna do the hibernal socks by Summerly Knits, but I don't know about using a main skein that's variegated with cables. So I'm thinking I want something more like textured than cabled. I am thinking about doing the Oxbow socks by Andrea Mowry. It's like her newest sock pattern, but we'll see what I decide. I am gonna go have some lunch, and I just finished editing Vlogmas episode 1, so I am going to schedule it to upload tomorrow, which is Saturday the 7th. And then I think I'll watch a movie and knit. Cast on some socks. That sounds like what I want to do. Hello, good morning. Happy Vlogmas day 7. Today is December 7th. I called out of work again today. My throat is feeling quite a bit better, so I think that I will go to work tomorrow, but again, we'll see how I feel when I wake up in the morning. It is 11 o'clock and I've been up since like 5:30, which is pretty normal for me. And I've gotten a lot done, so I wanted to share what I've been working on. I did not check in last night, so I have a bit to share from last night as well. So let's start with my Advent blanket. So I have been knitting the Sweet Shop blanket, and I am officially caught up on all of the squares. So I finished the day 4, this last square just this morning. I cast it on and finished it. So I may open another skein this afternoon, but we'll see how I'm feeling. I have a couple other new things on the needles that I would love to work on, and I would also love to work on my friend's baby blanket, which is also a Sweet Shop blanket, so we'll see. But this was the day 4 color, and it just flows so beautifully together. So this is officially the width of the blanket, so I'll start working rows above, starting here with my next skein. I'm really enjoying this project. It's been pretty feasible to get a square or 2 done per day, except that I've like been home like sick the last few days, so that probably accounts for all of my productivity. I also casted on my socks with the Wool Gatherer winter solstice sock set, but I've decided I'm not going to share that with you because I understand that I opened that extremely early and I don't want to spoil it and forget to say like, hey, look away if you've ordered this. So I went with the Oxbow socks by Andrea Mowry, which is a newer pattern. It's just textured. I casted them on last night and I'm like a third of the way through the leg, and it's working up really nicely. I was gonna do the Hibernal socks by Summer Lee, which is a pattern that I've been wanting to do for a really long time. I just think that I want to make those in like a single like tonal yarn, just to really let the cables shine. So that is what I decided on that. And then I started my heirloom quilt cardigan and I finished the first square. So I ended up caking up, as we talked about yesterday, that yarn from Coast to Coast Yarn Co. And so this is the top. So this is my first square. And I am just so pleased with it. I love it so much. I caught my floats a crap load because I was so nervous about like puckering. And it's not puckering at all, and I think it's gonna block out and be just like perfect. I cast on using the instructions for the size 2 color work chart. I could have gone with a size 1 or a size 2, but I think I wanted a little bit more positive ease than the size 1 would have given me. And I knit this up, and it's actually like right in between the gauge for the size 1 and size 2, so I think it's actually gonna be perfect. So I'm looking at the pattern. So for a size 1 is a 50-inch finished bust, and a size 2 is a 70-inch finished bust. I have a 32-inch bust, and it says it's recommended 15 to 30 inches of positive ease. So the 50-inch would have given me like 18 inches, and the 70-inch gives me a lot. So I think that it's really good that I'm kind of right in the middle. So I do think that when I get to the instructions for picking up the sleeves and things like that, I may have to, I guess not, because my stitch count's probably about the same, or my stitch count is the same, so I might not have to fudge any of the instructions actually. I may end up making it longer. Let me show a picture of her wearing it and not giving away anything in the pattern. It is quite cropped. So I may do a 4th row of the green or the quilt star squares, but I think I will make up what the pattern suggests and then decide from there. But yeah, I'm very, very pleased with how this looks, and I'm so glad that I decided to incorporate those skeins from Coast to Coast Yarn Co. because this is the amount of contrast that you need for a project like this. So I may start the second square today, I may not. This is not an Advent project, although I am using my Winter Solstice skeins from Explore Knits and Fibers as the like primary colors. I don't expect myself to get this finished in December. I'll be lucky if I get 12 squares finished this month. They take quite a while, but I'm very, very excited about it. And then this morning I was working on these things, and then I was like, I really need to start my Secret Santa project. So I am in a Secret Santa for my book club. We meet virtually. We kind of are all around the country. We meet virtually once a month, and we always read a thriller. This month's book is actually The God of the Woods, which I started this morning, and I'm enjoying it so far. I'm only 25 pages in, but so far so good. And the gal that I like, or the gal that I got, likes pink and light blue, which are not my colors, but I wanted to knit her a Kindle cover using the Knit e-reader cozy pattern from Leslie of Knit California. But then I was like, I kind of want to make it custom, so I got these beads and I was gonna just like put her name on it, and then I was like, or I could like incorporate some color work. So I drew myself a little chart this morning. So I'm gonna make, it's all gonna be pink, and then the heart is gonna be in light blue, and then the circles are each represent a letter in her name. And we're gonna see how this goes. This might be too like squished, but it might also be perfect. So I have cast on and knitted like halfway to where I will start the color work, and obviously I had to use a spider stitch marker because I'm knitting with pink yarn. But I think that it will, I think it's gonna turn out really nicely. So I have to knit 3 inches, and then I'll do the color work chart, which is like 1.5 inches, and then I'll knit another 3 inches. And then I think I'm gonna do like those metal snap, like magnetic snap closures. So I'll knit it a little bit taller and go from there. And then if I like this, I'm gonna make a whole bunch more for people I know. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. I have never done something like this before, and it's gonna be a little complicated because I'm knitting this in the round and it's not color work all the way around. It's just like centraled in this spot. So I'm gonna either have long floats or I'm gonna have a lot of ends to weave in. So we're gonna see how it goes. But yeah, I'm excited about it. And again, this is the Knit e-reader cozy pattern by Leslie of Knit California. I have finished one, and I have a couple others on the needle. So this is something that I'm knitting a lot for gifts this year. I also think that I might lift chest this today at some point. I will be skipping cardio because that's not smart of me, but I am feeling really antsy, and I feel like some movement might help me today, as I am feeling a little bit better than yesterday. I am a big believer that movement is medicine, and I truly think that it would help me. So we're gonna do that at some point today as well, probably. Should we just open an advent skein? Okay, I'm impulsive. Let's do it. Let me put this guy down. So this would be day 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is, again, the Woolberry Fiber Co. Common Cozy Advent. 50 gram skeins. This is number 5. I have no idea where this is gonna go next because it's been like a darker and a lighter shade of each color so far. And who knows? This is fun because you guys can see it before me. Oh yeah, that's so nice. Wow, okay. I love this. It's a nice, like, I call this ugly green, but I like love this color truly. It's like a yellowy green. It is called Bundle Up. Dang it, now I just want to cake this up and knit with it. Wow. So I will hold it double with yesterday's, or day 4's, and that's gonna be nice. And it's gonna sit on top of this guy. So that'll be fun too. Wow, I'm so pumped. Okay, before I can cake this up, I need to I don't know. What should I do before I kick this up? Maybe I'll go to the gym real quick and then I'll kick it up and we will settle in for some more knitting and have ourselves a day. Let's get this lift. Okay, I am so glad that I did that. I took it pretty light in the beginning using my working weights from last week, but then I felt good, so I pushed it a little bit more than I think that I planned to, and I feel great. I wish that I had listened to my body yesterday, but it is what it is. This is what I needed to make myself feel more like myself, and I would like to remind people that like that's not for everyone. I'm someone who has been lifting 5 to 6 days a week for 3 years, and so being out of the gym for 3 days was a lot. I was craving movement and I had a feeling that this is what I was gonna need to feel better, so I listened to my body, and I always urge you to do the same. If you are feeling under the weather, listen to your body and rest, and then get back to yourself when you feel like you can. So I am glad that I did that. We did chest and triceps, and my chest is pumped. I am going to make a protein shake and probably get on the walking pad and start uploading this footage for episode 2. I do think that I am gonna feel just fine to work tomorrow after this. So I'm gonna do that, and then I will check in a little bit later when we are back to knitting. Okay, a brief intermission because I just got a package and it's yarn. I have recently gone on the yarn buying ban, and I'm staying true to that. I ordered this several months ago. It was a pre-order. I had just finished, I think it was like I had just finished my Agnete cardigan, but also that seems too recent. And Woolberry Fiber Co. was doing a pre-order, and if there's one thing you should know about me, it's that I cannot resist Bethany's yarn. I was looking for something neutral and moody, and she delivered. Oh my word. Oh, okay, I have no regrets. So I got their Berry DK in the color Winter Chai. How could you not? How could you not? Do I know what I'm gonna make with this? No. Will I find something? Absolutely. I absolutely will find something to make with it. I got, oh no. Cute, comes with a little card. I got 6 skeins of it in DK weight, which is plenty to make a sweater. It might even be enough to make a little cardigan. I will be alternating skeins because it's a variegated colorway. And if you thought that was all, you're wrong, because I also, oh, I have so many colors like this lately though. This is why I needed to redo my craft room, because now I see this yarn and I'm like, I have several different yarn dyers doing this kind of thing, but here we are anyways. It's a nice creamy neutral. This is Homestead. Whoop. I got it in the Berry Cozy Sock, which is 80% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 grams, and 400 yards in 100 grams. And I also got it in their Berry Surrey, which is delightful. 65% Surrey alpaca and 35% silk. It's 437 yards in 50 grams. So this will need to be added to the yarn cubby, and I need to figure out a project plan for these. I don't think I have plans. This was very impulsive of me, and I probably shouldn't be sharing this because you already know I have an embarrassing amount of yarn, but you know what? We're transparent and we have no regrets. And I'm reading this book on my Kindle right now called, let me find it. Okay, I'm reading a book on my Kindle right now called A Stash of One's Own. It is a book by Clara Parks. It's A Stash of One's Own, Knitters on Loving, Living With, and Letting Go of Yarn. And this is my before bed book, so I read a chapter every night. And it's making me feel really a lot better about my yarn stash. I feel less guilt, and I understand why I have the yarn stash that I do. And I'm excited to look at it, and I'm excited to work with it. So I have no regrets. I will continue to kind of go through it every few years as my style changes, to get rid of yarns that I no longer enjoy or that no longer please me. But for now, we're just gonna knit with it. Let's go for a walk. Hello. Today is December 9th. So happy day 9 of Vlogmas. I did not check in at all yesterday. I ended up going to work. I did not work out before work, so I didn't film a workout. And I did not go home until nearly 9 p.m. So it was an extremely long day. It was very busy for a Sunday, and I went right to bed. But this morning, I have been watching some Vlogmas. I made some coffee. I ate my pre-workout snack, and I wanted to share with you because I have been knitting on my Sweet Shop blanket. So, where am I? Is this gonna be backwards? Because, yeah, it will be. That's okay. This was supposed to be the bottom right corner, and it's the bottom left corner, but that's okay. So, this is days 4 and 5 held together, and then I just finished working the color part of day 5 held double, and I'm working on the cream now. So this is what it's looking like, and I'm pretty pumped about it. I'm not sure how I made this blanket so backwards, but actually I think it's because I've been looking at it, and when I look at it, this is the bottom right corner, but when I am using it, this is the right side, so it's gonna be the bottom left corner. But that's okay, it doesn't really matter. But I'm really enjoying knitting on this. I don't know if I'm gonna open a Woolberry advent color today. We'll kind of see. It's kind of a busy day for me. I am about to head into the gym. I am a few days behind in my split, but that's okay. I am just gonna like keep going in the order that they're like released or whatever. Today's Monday and it's leg day and it's my favorite, so that's great. So we'll do that, and then I will eat something, probably shower, and then maybe get a little bit more knitting done, and I would love to read a little bit of my book before I head out the door to pick up my new prescription. Finally, I have 2 new pairs of glasses that I want to pick up. I need to pick up my prescription, and then I am going to meet a friend of mine at Home Depot. We are going to get the wood and the wood stain for the shelves in the craft room, and today we're going to cut and stain all of the wood so that we can start getting these shelves up, and I'm really pumped about it. I'm hoping the weather holds out because staining wood is something that we're planning on doing outside, but I can always do it on the front porch. I just don't know how I feel about leaving it out overnight on the front porch. I live in a very safe neighborhood, so it's probably fine. It just feels weird to me, so we'll see what happens. But I have slowly been getting the pieces of the couch. As you can see, there's a big box there. That's the ottoman, and then I got the first couch portion yesterday. So there's one more piece to go, and then we have that ready too. So things are coming together. I realized that today is Monday, which means yesterday was Sunday. So I have 2 skeins of my Explore Knits and Fibers advent to open up. I'm going to do that after the gym as a little treat for getting myself into the gym. I have no problem getting myself into the gym. I just am still recovering from being sick. So, like getting in there is the hard part. Doing the work is easy. I mean, doing the work is challenging because I'm pushing my body, but physically getting my body into the gym is always the hardest part. So once we get the warm up done, it'll be smooth sailing from there. It's leg day, and let's get Okay, it is like 10:30. I need to leave at 11 to run my errands. But I thought that I would open my Advent skeins, and then also my book of the month box just got here. So Summer Lee from Summer Lee Knits has been posting about some stickers that she got in her book of the month box, and I'm really excited to see if I got them in mine because they are hilarious. There we go. I did. So she was showing them on Instagram. This one looks like a snowman with a thong. And then this one with a snowman playing with a decapitated child, playing with his head. Who did this? I love dark humor, but who did this? Okay, I got the new Alice Feeney, Beautiful Ugly. I have read a lot of Alice Feeney's book and I love her. And then this one is a debut novel. It's called Definitely Better Now. And I believe it was about just like, she's like newly sober and just like figuring out life. I'm someone who does not drink. I will be sober 2 years in February. So I just thought that that was really interesting. It's not a book topic that is often written about. I will save my opinions to myself, but I thought it would be interesting to read. Now let's open some Advents. So this is the Winter Solstice box from Explore Knits and Fibers. I am going to open 3 and 4, which is going to be a variegated and a tonal. It's the week 2 Sunday skeins. Yesterday was Sunday. If you haven't opened these yet, look away. But here's day 3. I can get the box open. Oh, it's not that hard. Ooh! Oh, wow. Okay, so this is interesting because the speckles, if I can get it to focus, in this look pretty similar to the speckles in the first variegated skein, but the main color was brown. So this is really interesting and it matches well. This color is called Story Weave. Why is nothing focusing? There we go. Story Weave. Okay, so that's the second variegated. Here's number 4, which should be a tonal. I'm guessing it's gonna be blue. Oh, wow. That is blue! Wow, okay. It looks pretty purple on here. Is it purple? I might need to turn some lights on. I know it's showing up more blue. It's called Escapism. And now that I've opened this one, I know that it won't work in my heirloom quilt cardigan. This one I think would be okay, but I'm gonna have to find something else for this one. Is it blue or purple? Let's see if... Honestly, I don't really know. What do you guys think? Is this blue or purple? It looks blue, but it also looks purple. I'm not really sure. It's stunning. Maybe I'll make a pair of socks with this. Like some cabled socks. Wow, it's like the depth in this color. It looks purple and it looks blue, so I don't really know. I don't really know. These 3 and 4, obviously they are not matching, but I don't think that that's the intention anyways. I think that I will use this guy in my heirloom quilt cardigan, and then I'll make some socks out of this one. So let me see. I do think that this will work. I could even pair it with this one for a quilt star square. Gosh, is this blue or purple? It's really tripping me out. Maybe it is purple. I'll have to see what she says when she posts it. She announced yesterday that she's gonna start sharing the skeins from this box. So I'm curious to say if she says this is a blue or a purple. We'll see. Okay, I am going to eat a quick breakfast and maybe read a little bit and then head out. I am probably going to film a time lapse of my friend and I cutting and staining the wood. So I don't think I'm gonna film for this, but I will share an update on like the progress when we are finished. But yeah, I'll check in later. Okay, quick update. My friend Brenna came over. We met at Home Depot, we got wood, we measured the walls, we cut some wood, and we sanded a couple pieces and are staining a couple. So here's what it's gonna look like. It's looking really good. And yeah, I have some, I'm gonna let these dry overnight, and then I'm gonna put the stain on the other side. Today's Monday. It'll probably have to be Thursday because that's my next day off of work, but things are coming together and I love this wood color. So, progress. Okay, December 9th. Still, it is 5:30 p.m. Got a lot of house things done today. Got a start on the shelves for the craft room today, so that felt good. Didn't get a whole ton of knitting done, but that's okay. I did finish my squares though. So day 5. So this is day 4 and 5 held double, and then day 5. So we are looking pretty good. I don't know if it's gonna hold up, but it's looking good. I'm really excited about it. I'm trying to decide if I should open a advent yarn tonight and cake it up, or if I should start a baby sweater. I feel like that's the more responsible decision. I put a poll in my family group chat, and so far 2 out of 3 responses say open an advent yarn. What's a girl to do? Okay, fine. I'm impulsive, we know this. So I'll open day 6. Day 6. I don't know that I will cake up or knit this yarn tonight. So then should I even open it? Let me go through my calendar and see when else I can open it. My sister is coming into town with her husband on Friday. So Thursday's gonna be a big home cleaning day, home decorating day, and then I go for a massage. So I don't know that I'll be able to get a bunch of knitting done. Let me see. All my days off that my sister's not in town left before Christmas. 1, 2, 3, 4. I need to open a yarn. So we're gonna open this. Okay, anyways, day 6, Woolberry Advent, Woolberry Fiber Co. Advent, Calm and Cozy. Let's open it. This, I have no idea what it's gonna be. Oh my goodness! Wow. It's like a green brown. This is stunning. It's called Sleigh Bell. So in the next square, I will be holding day 6 with day 5, which are these 2, and that's gonna marl really pretty. And then it'll be just this one. Wow, this is really pretty. Sleigh ride. Okay, so I may cake this up and weigh it. I like keeping my Advent project downstairs, and I think that I'm gonna go upstairs to hop on the walking pad and get some of this episode edited, because I think that I'm gonna finish recording for this episode on Thursday. Or should this be it? We'll see how much footage I have, but today's the 9th. I work tomorrow and Wednesday, so the 10th and 11th. And then the 12th will be a big cleaning, home getting ready knitting day. I'm taking my sister and her husband to Bainbridge Island while they're here. And we're gonna go stop by La Mercerie, of course. My friend Brenna and her boyfriend, who Brenna knits, they're coming with us. And so we plan to just like browse La Mercerie a little bit. So that'll be fun. I'll definitely record there. Anyways, I'm gonna kick this up. I'm gonna hop upstairs to walk and edit, and then we will see what happens. Good evening. It is still, I almost said October, December 9th. It is 8:06 p.m. I am up past my work bedtime. I have a 4 a.m. alarm, so it's gonna be a little rough, but I wanted to check in to show you what I have been working on tonight and to sign off on this vlog because I've decided that I'm going to start episode 3 on Thursday. So let's start with what I've been working on. I added another half square to my friend's baby blanket, which is also a sweep shop blanket. I'm making a 4x4 square for now, and we'll see how that feels. If not, I'll do a 5x5, but I added in this extremely bright pink yarn. I think this is a mini skein from Hello Stella. I don't remember when, but I'm using all of the pink or pink related yarns that I could find in my stash, which includes like a majority just like mini skeins that were like a bunch of colors that I enjoy, and then like a pink. So, and then I casted on a mini seasons sweater. This is a pattern by Ozetta. I have finished one that you would have seen in my first episode of Vlogmas, and I am knitting it in a very old yarn in my stash. This yarn is from Hello Stella. This is back when she did acid dyes. It is her worsted Stella base. It's 100% superwash merino, and it's the color Lavender Latte. I have had this in my stash for, gosh, at least 5 years. I can't even remember, but this is what it looks like caked up. It's like purples and pinks and reds, and so my intention is to make matching mini season sweaters for my friends' daughters who are like 1 and 3. So I am casting on the smaller one first because she turns 1 in February, and I thought I could gift it to her for her birthday, and then if I have the other one done too, I'll just sneak it to the sister. But I cast it on, and this is what it looks like so far. This is a pattern that uses half fisherman's rib. Is that gonna focus? Yeah. And the pops of color in this yarn are just super, super fun. So I'm excited to see how this works up. I'm a little nervous about having enough yarn. I have 5 skeins, which is roughly 1,000 yards. The baby size, or the 1 to 2 year size, uses 500, and then the 3 to 4 year size uses 600. So I think I'm about 100 yards short. However, I should do the math on how much yarn I used for the other season sweater I did, because I don't think I used as much yarn as the pattern said. Anyways, I am gonna go for it, and I think that I will hold off on knitting the like sleeve and body ribbing until I've made up the bodies of both, like the bulk of both sweaters, because if anything I can just use a contrast color for the sleeve, something like this, which is gonna match up really well. So I think that that's my plan, and if I have enough yarn, then that's excellent, and we will see from there. But yeah, I casted this on tonight and worked about half an hour on it and got through the short rows for the back panel, and now I just need to work the back panel flat before picking up for the shoulders. This is a very quick working pattern, especially when you're working flat, because with half fisherman's rib, it's knit one below purl, knit one below purl, but then on the wrong side it's knit all the way across, whereas in the round it's purl all the way across, so it works up pretty quickly. I also think that the wrong side of half fisherman's rib is really pretty. That's the wrong side, and this is the right side. Focus. There we go. So yeah, that is my progress for tonight. I am going to sign off episode 2 of Vlogmas here. I may include some footage at the end just of my workout tomorrow morning. Tomorrow's the 10th, so I think I said I was going to do 5 days per Vlogmas episode, and that I think is going to work out really well for me anyway. So I may insert some footage here, and if I don't, then that's okay too. I will pick the camera back up again on Thursday, which is my next day off. I will be preparing for my sister and her husband to come visit, and we have a really fun weekend planned, so I'm really looking forward to that. But thank you for hanging out and for watching Vlogmas. I hope that you've enjoyed, and I hope that you've had a good week. Zoe is like death staring at me right now. Oh. I hope you can hear her. She's like sliding across the floor. Anyways, if you made it this far, thank you so much. If you enjoy this content and would like to see more from me, please feel free to like and subscribe. I think I will end up putting out 5 Vlogmas episodes. If you were paying attention when I opened up my advents today, please let me know if you think that Explore Knits colorway is purple or blue. Purple is winning. Every time I look back at it, I'm like, it looks purple. I've asked a few people and it's kind of tied, but I would love to know what you think. It's just like a very vibrant color, and I'm not sure what to think of it, but that is Zoe telling me it's time for bed. But yeah, yeah, anyways, thanks for joining, and I hope you had a good week, and I will see you in the next one. Happy knitting.